Hey y'all, it's the Plant Papa here. So today I am now on the road to the West Coast Trail. I have left my home. I'm heading into southern Alberta. You can kind of see some of the imagery back behind me there, and some mountains over that way. So basically I'm going down to the southern Alberta area to pick up my sister. Then we're heading out to the West Coast. We're driving the whole way. We're going to take a ferry across to get on to Vancouver Island. To do this trail, you can go into Victoria by air, and then there is a West Coast shuttle that will take you to the trail, just so you know. So that's one way to do the West Coast Trail, but we are on the road to the West Coast Trail. Should be roughly a 6 or 7 day through hike, and it's widely considered to be one of the better through hikes in the entire world, so definitely looking forward to it. So I'll be taking a little footage of our journey out there, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy the video, and I'm looking forward to showing you the sights, and it should be an amazing journey. See you out there. Well, good morning. So we are on day 2 of our journey to the West Coast Trail. So today we got about 8 hours of driving ahead of us. We got to get to the ferry in BC, which is in Vancouver, and then we take the ferry across to Victoria, and then we have another 2-hour drive to get to the trailhead. So a pretty long day ahead of us still. So we are on the Twasin ferry. We are heading to Vancouver Island from Vancouver. Once we get to Vancouver Island to Victoria, we will be taking a 2-hour road trip to Port Renfrew to get to the trailhead, and tomorrow we'll be on the trail. We just had dinner. It was actually quite good, and we still got like another hour to kill. So anyways, let's check out some of the sights. All right, well, we are at the West Coast Trail. It's a little bit dark out right now. I'm trying to get a video here for you guys just to wrap up the evening. We got in pretty late, so it's pretty dark, and having issues with various things that we're trying to iron out. There we go, I got a light on. Okay, so we made it, but we're setting up our tent. It's dark, and we have orientation in the morning at 9 a.m. So we'll see you in the morning, and we will be on the trail, West Coast Trail. We are day 2 of our little journey, but the official start is tomorrow morning. We shall see you out there. Have a good night. Well, good morning. We are on day 3 of our West Coast Trail journey, but it's only day 1 of the actual hike. So we have made our way, as I was saying last night. I tried to make a video last night, but it was so dark I couldn't really get, I had to put the flashlight on my face and stuff. But so anyways, there's the ocean kind of behind me there, West Coast. And we're just getting ready for our orientation, which is in 2 hours. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning. And we're just going to pack up. You can see our setup right here. There's my tent. There's my sister's Nemo. That's where we stayed last night. We had to set up in the dark, and we just kind of got in late. What can you do? But anyways, day 1. And we'll be hiking in the next few hours, so should be cool. See you on the trail. So that there is our first shuttle, and we will be on the second group, which is all hanging out right here. Couple of tips before you come to the West Coast Trail. Make sure you watch their main video. It's like 40 minutes long because it is a required video to watch. I forgot to watch it, so I had to sit there and watch it. No big deal, but held us up a little bit. But the whole group's been held up anyway, so no big deal. Make sure you have a national park pass, because you are in the Pacific Rim National Park, so you are required to have that as well. Just a couple tips. We're going to be on the trail here soon, getting onto our shuttle. Okay, so we just got off the shuttle, which is right there. And now it's time for our ladder climb right out of the gate. Let's check it out. Yeah, so there we go. And you can see there's a couple people coming down. But that's what we gotta do. This is the start. You right out of the gate, the tallest ladder on the trail. So we are going up this ladder right here, which is the tallest of them. A bunch of people have just gone ahead of us, and I'm going to be taking up the rear, and the shuttle's taking off right there. So here we go. It's definitely a big ladder. So there's the little platform that you come up to when you get off that ladder. And then we go up this trail right here. You can see there's lots of roots, and when they're wet, you got to be careful. But man, is it gorgeous in here. Beautiful, massive trees. And it's just all so green and lush and kind of rainforesty, I guess. But it sure is beautiful. As far as the eye can see. Running into our first little boardwalks right away. Here we go. Kind of taking a side route on that one because you need an extra stair there, but check out these, I think they're ferns. It's like having a garden on the trail. It's gorgeous. Just wanted to give you guys perspective just how lush and green this whole area is. Here's my poles. Like, look at the size of these leaves. They are just massive. And beautiful ferns throughout. The trail definitely has some watery spots, so you obviously want to kind of go over that way. It's pretty wet considering they haven't had a lot of rain here over the last few days, but definitely some wet spots. We've seen a couple of blowdowns, but here's some multiple blowdown, one over top of the other, pretty much over top of the trail here, but they've cleared it out somewhat. You guys can check out these mushrooms here, and if you know what kind of mushroom that is, leave a comment in the comment section. I'm not very familiar with mushrooms, so I have no idea. Is that edible? Or maybe not. You let us know if you know. Well, we got ourselves a boardwalk, but as you can see, it's definitely missing a few boards. So we have to be exceptionally careful. The railing's missing right here. Even feels a little soft. But here we go. I'm going to put the camera away, make sure I don't fall. All right, so I don't know how far we are, maybe a couple kilometers in, and we had that first ladder that was really quite interesting, and it was one of the bigger ones apparently, but we are coming up on another one right now. Check it out. There we go. That's fairly short compared to that first one. That's where we got to go, and then further on. So the West Coast Trail people do not want you to forage on the plants and pick them and that kind of thing. But in a survival situation, there are loads of plants around here that you could probably eat. I'm just going to show you just for kicks and giggles. Here's one right in front of me right now. Let me turn the camera around. So as you can see here, you can see the older green right there. And then you can see the new shoots coming off the ends. And those are the ones that you can just pick those off. They're quite tender. It's kind of a lemony pine flavor. But don't pick too many. Just if you want to taste them just for the sake of trying them. I mean, there's millions of them, but they're actually quite good. Ladder number 3. Looks like it has a pretty decent angle, so it shouldn't be too difficult, and it's definitely not a big ladder by any means. And that there was number 4, but that was down. In fact, I didn't even use it. I went up the little trail that was right beside it here. We just did 3, 4. This is number 5. You can see number 6 is right there. And I don't know if you can see it, but in the trees, right there, you can just see there's a number 7 going up. So there's 3 ladders right here, bang, bang, bang. All right, well that ladder was a little bigger than it looked from back there. And then we got another one going up right there. So that'll be number 8. Crazy, it's all in like one little section here.
Yeah, that was happening to me.
I walked right up the right side of the ladder.
Well, that looks a little dicey. You can tell, like, look how it's slanting. I'm not tilting the camera. That's the boardwalk actually slanting. And of course, missing boards. Definitely needs a little maintenance. So apparently, we're supposed to go up there. Doesn't even seem like a trail. But there's no other option because it is a sheer drop-off right here. And they've got yellow tape here telling you not to go down there, so I guess right there is the way we're going. Interesting. And as you continue with this beautiful hike through this lush, beautiful forest, you can see there's some old workings here from some kind of, I can't remember what they said this was, but got this old relic mechanical thing. I can't remember. I'll have to look it up. I can't remember what they said it was, but it's never been moved. They had some kind of operation up here. I guess they just decided it's just not worth moving it. Some old bunch of metal and some big piece of metal thing right there. Interesting to find this in the middle of a rainforest like this. All right, well, we got another bridge here, but we also have another ladder going down. Number 9, I believe that is. And I can see the trail over there in the trees. You can see right there, there's a missing rung. And this particular ladder does not look like it's in the best of shape. It's high time it was replaced. Those are some pretty cool looking mushrooms hanging off that tree. They almost look like lanterns, waiting for the lights to come on. Look at that. That is cool. I got a bit of a blow down, crawl under the rock and tree here. That wasn't too bad, I guess. My sister's back there somewhere. There she comes. Yeah, it's been a pretty hard hike. Well, it looks like the bridge is out here, so we will have to find an alternative, which I'm guessing is down that way. I don't know, I'll figure it out, I guess, but man, these guys need to fix this stuff. Okay, well, that was ladder number 10. Just came down. My sister's going to be attempting it shortly. Then we got to go down here. We're getting really close to our destination of Thrasher Cove. But all these ladders we're doing one day. So it's kind of crazy. Very tiring. And we're not really making that great a time, but hopefully we'll get to our spot soon. Just came down that ladder. I think that's number 11. And then we gotta go down this one, which is number 12, and then there's another one, which is number 13, I believe. I may have my order wrong, but I think that's right. And there is number 14. 14 ladders in one day. And now we're heading down to the beach. You can see there's other people there. The hard part's gonna be finding a spot to camp now. Hopefully we can do it. I think that's a seal playing around out there. That's pretty darn close. But anyways, that is day 1 on the West Coast Trail. Day 2 should be interesting, but it should be a heck of a lot easier. 14 ladders today, that was just nuts. But anyways, we're gonna go to bed fairly soon, starting to get dark. We'll see you in the morning for day 2. Even the outhouse has ladders. At least there is one.